Hello and welcome to Module 1 of Microsoft Social Engagement, Introducing Social Engagement. My name is Julie Yak. For our module outline, we'll talk about what is social media engagement. This is the big picture. It's what the world is seeing and doing. Then we'll talk about what is Microsoft Social Engagement. What are the tools that Microsoft has available for us in the social engagement product? We'll go through a navigation tour and review the features. I'll be doing a demonstration with the navigation. And as a reminder, I highly recommend that you follow along in your own organization so that you can get the additional hands-on experience. Then we'll go through some different use cases. What types of businesses are using social engagement and what are they using it for and what are their gains? As we jump in, a reminder about Microsoft Social Engagement. It accesses third-party services that will likely have their own terms of service and privacy practices. You will need to abide by those in addition to any of the Microsoft products. Throughout this course, we'll see screenshots and demos that may include information provided by these third-party services and their users. So let's take a look at these numbers. They show us that the consumer experience is now transformed. Social is no longer an experiment or an outlier. It is the expectation. In order to succeed in business, you need to be socially engaged. 34% of customers have sought customer service via social media, and 71% of sales professionals are using social selling tools. So if you're in customer service, you need online social. If you're in sales, you need online social. At the same time, the social media world is transforming, so is the world around it. The speed at which we do business and the number of channels we're using to do it is rapidly increasing. Organizations who can't keep up with the proliferation of data and the communication channels risk being left behind or rendered obsolete as others undergo a digital transformation. More and more, we're seeing businesses focus on customer experience in their social media strategies, with over 3/4 of social business strategists rating it as their #1 priority. Think about your social experiences, not only as a professional in business, but as a customer. What are your expectations? How do you communicate with companies? How do they communicate with you? Not only is social a huge piece of how people are communicating these days, it's actually making significant impact on business outcomes. Gone are the days of measuring social media success simply by likes and shares. Organizations are focusing now on how social initiatives impact their bottom line and key metrics like brand perception. On the prior slide, we talked about how many customers are engaged socially, and here we see some of that impact. Customers have a more favorable view of those brands that are responding in social media. These are the ones that are engaged with their customers. The organizations that fail to engage on social risk a huge loss in numbers for their customers. So what's top of mind when it comes to social? Organizations across the globe continue to create and adopt strategies around social. 3 themes are top of mind. Organizations are using social media to better connect with their customers. This means listening to what your customers are saying, engaging with them, and leveraging broad social data sets to gain insights that can be better used to support your customers. Social is a great way to keep the pulse of what your customers are saying. You can empower your organization. When all your customers are using all these channels to communicate, you can then have your employees responding on those same channels. Social can make it faster and easier for your employees to communicate with customers, and it can also make it easier for your employees to communicate with one another. Additionally, almost every person in your organization can benefit from the rich data available from social media. Whether it's a marketer better understanding what hashtags are popular among customer conversations about your brand, your business strategy team studying competitors, a product manager gleaming insights about feature requests and customer frustrations, or a service agent taking a quick pulse check to see if other customers are encountering similar issues to the one they're working on. Social data is available to give your employees the information they need to see to do their jobs better. All of today's leaders need to do is to make sure that social data is accessible to the right people when they need it. It seems almost daily we see social media success stories. This brand has a great new Twitter team. That brand is showing a good customer service is all about. Creating real results. Social media presents some measurement challenges. It's difficult for most businesses to establish exactly what that return on investment of various social media efforts could be. In fact, many of them ignore the tough challenge of measuring their efforts in terms of business value in favor of focusing on activity metrics, those likes, comments, shares, retweets, and posts. Encouragingly, though, global leaders are starting to measure social results in terms of real return, using it to answer questions like, are we increasing customer satisfaction? Are we increasing revenue? Have we improved customer retention? There's a standard cycle that social engagement tends to go through when you're on the receiving end of that information. First, you start by gathering information. You look for keywords and influencers. You go through the various sources and their timelines to see what's important to you. There may be release cycles that you need to be aware of. You may have crisis management to be aware of. From there, we move on to reviewing. Is the sentiment as we expected? Is it accurate, even if it's not what we expected? What's our competition doing? Is it time to adjust the search terms that we're using? Then we move on to analyze. Are we seeing trends based on location or languages? Different locations having different sentiment. Are we getting different volume, different buzz from different locations or different languages based on different release cycles, based on perhaps a potential flaw in our product? Then we move on to responding. That's the quick action. That's the jumping in to respond to that stranded traveler. That's the response to the person whose technician is late. Then there's that long-term engagement. Let's utilize our influencers. Let's get those haters back on our side. Let's use our fans to our advantage. So now that we know more about social media engagement, why Microsoft Social Engagement? Well, we've got purpose-built, productive, intelligent, and adaptable. So Microsoft Social Engagement is designed particularly for business users, especially marketers, sellers, and customer service agents, to deliver personalized engagement and then an improved customer experience. It enables greater productivity by making it easy to use and simple to set up so that anyone in your organization can harness social media's power. Microsoft Social Engagement is deeply integrated with other Dynamics 365 applications, and in turn, Dynamics 365 deeply integrates with the familiar Office 365 applications, so everyone in your organization can use social capabilities in the context of their day-to-day jobs. It delivers built-in intelligence with powerful machine learning and automation capabilities, takes the manual work out of sorting through social media content, and then it surfaces the information that matters most, and it surfaces it to us automatically. For those in your organization, Microsoft Social Engagement offers immersive, intelligent, proactive, omni-channel experiences so your teams can gather actionable social insights and intelligently engage with customers on social. And with quick feedback from your team, Microsoft Social Engagement learns and adapts to become even more tailored to your business.